So we're on vacations, kind of up in the mountains, sort of up in the mountains. And I brought a ton of stuff to try to work with and film with, and you know, to be honest, the vacation is pretty much over, and I did film one thing, but I really haven't filmed anything else. I just, you know, was working on other things and just spending time with family, and I feel like I needed this time to just kind of, I don't know, reassess life. So yeah, unfortunately, with all the plans I had, I accomplished very little for SurvivoTek, and quite a bit for other things, which is good, which is important. So, you know, I don't really have a plan right now. I just decided to come out here instead of just kind of sitting. My wife's working on something else, baby's asleep. It's getting kind of cool, getting a little darker. So I just decided to come out here and get a fire going and bring you along with me and have a little fireside chat, and I'll probably ramble a lot. So if you're not interested in that, go watch something else. If you don't mind just hanging out by a campfire, then I'm happy to have you. I did have one big question on my mind, and the reason I brought the Humpback Knife that I designed is because I wanted to test to see if 8670 would throw a good enough spark to light a flint and steel. And something I've kind of wondered about, just because I know that once, so the thought right now, for those who are curious, the pre-order is going to start hopefully in the next couple weeks. Papa Bear Knives is finishing up the finalized version as I'm filming this right now. So you should be seeing that pretty soon, probably in the next couple days. And then the pre-order will be announced. It's looking really cool. I'm very excited the changes we've made. It's not huge changes, but it's enough to make it stand out just a little bit more. Also, there was no Blade Talk Tuesday while I was on vacation. I kind of got locked out of my YouTube account for some reason. I think I tried to verify something and then I couldn't because I don't have my old phone with me, because why would I pack my old phone? Because of that, I couldn't verify it, and then yeah, got locked out. Now I can't get back in. So cool. I picked up this flint and steel kit, the PSKOOK, mainly because I'm curious if there's, you know, there's an Amazon option. I wanted to pick it up to add to my affiliate links down below in the description box of the videos, just to see if it's worth it. Came with a little, I don't even know what they're called, an extendable air rod thing, so you can blow into it. Got the steel striker, bird's nest, some kind of rock, and then a whole bunch of canvas. Looks like heavy duty canvas that you can turn into char. Don't worry about that. We're just gonna kind of see how this is striking. Good. Looks like a piece of quartz to me. I mean, I'm getting little sparks, but then this isn't exactly. There we go. Sometimes you have to make a sharp edge on kits like this, especially cheap ones. So I'm going to just kind of nap an edge. But yeah, normally when I do flint and steel, I'll hold the piece of flint, or in this case quartz, in my weak hand, and strike it with the steel in my dominant hand, like that. But when it comes to knives, you know, doing this like some people do, scares me. I've cut myself so many times with a knife. So what I'll do instead is this. I'm getting little sparks. Nothing crazy though. Let's see if we can get a sharper edge. There we go. Did you see that spark? There we go. So what you would do then is you'd plant this on a stump or something with the char cloth, which is what we're going to do. So I've got some char cloth. Probably in this kit. Brought a whole bunch of stuff, like I said. Yeah. Mule char tin. Sit on the ground for this one. Alright, so we've got my tin full of charred cloth. Doesn't do great, I'm seeing. You know, not like if I did an actual dedicated striker. See? But again, what I usually do with char cloth is I'll take it, place it on my actual stone, and strike it this way. You can see. Just as fast. So steel works very nice. Stone is okay, it's not the best stone. Let's grab the little tinder bundle that they provide. Nice big bird's nest. Looks like it's just jute. Stick that in there. We got fire. Let's put that in our fire pit area. Just gonna burn anything down. Alright, well, I've basically forgotten rule number 1 of fire prep, which is have everything prepped beforehand. But that's okay. I was just kind of experimenting with things. What we're gonna do, kind of put all these little shavings that have been sitting out from when I was messing around with the William Collins survival knife. And we're going to basically shove a feather stick or something in there. Always have a shovel when you're doing fire stuff. And a hatchet. Alright, you've seen the capabilities of the Humpback. I'm just going to use my axe. Sorry my head's cut off, not up. Now what you can do, see if I can do this, use this as an example. If you're like this and you're splitting and it's going to split out, you can spin it the other way, flip it around, and do that. But I'm not too worried about that. William Collins survival knife. Tried to film with this one earlier, ran into problems. I am massively impressed by this knife. All the angles, they don't inhibit its use at all. Ow. So I'm very happy with that one. comfortable in the hand. Very impressed. You can get some real fine stuff despite the fact that it's such a thick knife. You know, heavy. It's like that recurve right there just hooks the material. It helps you really just slice stuff off. Doing these for fuel, not to be fancy. I want this fire to go quickly because mosquitoes are starting to bite me. Just in case you want to see some fine curls. Let's see if I can do the swiping technique with the thumb. See, I can't do that. I know some people do this all the time. Just throws me off the angles. Awesome knife. Super bushcrafty. What does Greg Oven say? Always pack a lighter. I am a firm believer in that. So I bought some Sofa King Sunny. It's a pale ale, hazy pale ale. I like pale ales. Not much of a beer drinker. Not much of an alcohol drinker at all. But every once in a while, especially when you're out here doing this kind of stuff, super nice to have. Just kind of fits in the evening. Ow. There we go. Really do appreciate all the support, especially lately. Feels like this channel is becoming more of a community. I'm having a blast making stuff and, you know, chatting back and forth in the comments. So here's to you. Cheers. It's interesting to me how, you know, once I started kind of designing my own knives and stuff like that, how, I don't know, I started appreciating other people designing knives and other people's designs. You know, looking at things more from that mindset and less of a gear tester, more of like a, oh, does that work? Does this not work? And yeah, it's, I don't know, it's just an interesting transition going from that, like, just user gear tester, YouTube guy, to actually thinking about like, okay, what goes into a knife design? What's a knife good for? What's a knife used for? How can I best accommodate all of those things? So, you know, appreciating knives that are more thought out, like the William Collins survival knife. I used to think it was kind of funny looking, but after using it and testing it, and then, you know, designing my own knife, I realized just how much went into that design and how much thought was put into it, and I can really appreciate that, especially in that it works so well. So what I'm working toward at this point is, I don't know, gaining more knowledge and skills, testing myself more, specifically like building of skills and focusing on like testing things out, testing theories, testing gear, not like reviewing it, sitting there and going, oh, this is pros, cons, this is good, this is bad, but literally like, oh, I was sent this knife. I don't even have one that I was sent, but you know, I was sent this knife. Let's go out and use it. Let's see how it works. Like I said, be rambling this time. So the Blade Talk Tuesday that I was gonna put out, basically I was rambling about Adventure Swarm and kind of sharing my thoughts, personal experiences after they, you know, sent me a knife to try out and for free, and you know, I'm gonna do a giveaway with it, so I'm not keeping it. One of you is gonna get it. I'm very impressed with it. Just wish the company was being run a little better. I mean, they're making good knives, but they're just really lacking in the customer service lately. So what are your summer plans? I mean, I shouldn't really ask that at this point. Summer's halfway over. But, you know, I'm curious. What are your summer plans? This is basically what I have. And for the rest of the summer, I'm going to be working. I'm really trying to figure things out. So it'd be cool to hear about what other people are up to. My char tin. I'll let that cool on a rock. However, just dropped a char tin. I don't want to leave that right there. To the person or persons who actually watched this far into the video, thanks for joining me. You know, it's a strange thing to sit and talk to a camera, but I really do feel like I'm talking to you, you know, that you're here, you're chatting with me. I'm not just, I don't know, reading off a script or something. I'm actually having a conversation. It's appreciated. It's always good to get some company. Anyway, see you around, I guess. Thanks.